How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Inspiration Interviews, and you already know what it is. We pull the local influencers or the influencers around the world, dancers, singers, entrepreneurs, just anybody I feel like makes a difference in the community, or better yet, the world itself. So, today's episode, we have one of my day one best friends, God sister, just about all of that in that title. And we have none other than Jordyn McKenzie, Washington.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Feels real, yeah.
Thank you.
So let me set the scene here real quick. As I mentioned earlier, this is kind of like my God sister, the definition of a day one. And
since you were little.
Oh yeah. So there's actually two of her, but today we are focusing on this.
The oldest, yes.
Yeah, the oldest.
Yeah, 15 minutes older. How did you not know that?
15 minutes older. I actually didn't know that. I don't know why it was just a refresher.
Yeah.
I've seen you grow into the young lady that you are today, and you have an amazing story that I can't wait to share with everybody else. From day one, her and her sister, but since we were focusing on her, she has been in the modeling business, if I'm not mistaken. So you've accomplished a lot, but let's talk about that first.
So I started modeling when I was 6 years old.
6?
Yes, 6.
I thought you was early.
We got approached when we were at the airport by a scout, and we had never modeled before. And they were like, "You need to put your daughters in modeling." And of course, you know, I come from a tall family, so like we're like these Amazonian 6-year-olds. So,
not tall,
yeah. But they were like, "You guys should have started modeling." So we started, and it kind of took off from there. We were with a few different agencies, one in New York, one in Atlanta, of course one here in Memphis as well. But with us not being able to move and my mom not being able, you know, quit her job and like start a new life somewhere else, we just stuck with the agency here called Colors Agency in Memphis. And so yeah, I've been modeling for a very long time. It really took off for me in high school because I was able to do some more teenage girl stuff. I did Justine's magazine.
Scandalous.
Yes, you know. And then I did a lot in college. You said disgusting. I did a lot in college. I did Hidden Sports, which was really cool because I'm a really big sports girl. So. That was really cool. I didn't get
What's your favorite sports team?
Ooh.
She ain't no sports team.
I am. I really, well, I like all of the teams, honestly. My dad kind of raised me to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I was raised right. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys girl. Like, it's just not it. But I like it all. Like, I was really athletic in high school, so I got to play all types of sports. I ran track. I did basketball, volleyball. So, and then I did powder puff, which was football. So, and I like the players too.
We're gonna edit that part out. That didn't need to be said. We can go ahead and make a jump to Silhouette Shapewear. That is your business. But so in the time in between modeling and your business, what was happening? Did you ever get a regular job? Did you ever have to work at a grocery store, or you were just too pretty?
No, I'm not too pretty. But I worked at the mall at Tanger Outlets, and I hated my job. But I worked at Francesca's as a stylist because I love fashion, and I was actually still in school at Mississippi State University, which is where I went for painting. So I was there working for about 2 years, and then I became a waitress at Cracker Barrel. The worst experience. But I will say it was...
What's wrong with Cracker Barrel?
No, it's nothing wrong with Cracker Barrel. This is like, I guess, waitressing. It's a very humbling job because... And I know I needed it because I wasn't arrogant, but I did have this air about myself.
I mean, being a model at 6 years old and then having to work at Cracker Barrel.
But it wasn't warranted. So I did have to learn how to humble myself, and that was a really humbling experience. I had to clean bathrooms. I had to wait on people, and I do not like doing that. So it was really humbling.
Let's not gloss over that. Honestly, me knowing Jordyn for as long as I have, she was born bougie. So she wasn't touching no bathrooms, and she wasn't doing none of that stuff. But So you say it was a humbling experience. So how mentally, what was the transition from being that model and that's all you know, cameras, lights, camera, action, and then some people telling you to go put extra sugars on their pancakes?
Yeah, I think for me it was just hustling. I was in school at the time as well. I was in summer school at Southwest because it was during the summer, so I came back from Mississippi State because we were on summer break, and I wanted to get ahead and take some English courses. So I was like, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna work, and although I didn't want to do either job, let's be honest, I just had this like go get it mentality. Yes, my mom was my bank, so to speak, but at the same time I didn't want to keep using her. So I wanted to get, you know, when you get your money from your parents, they want to dictate how you use your money. And my mom doesn't like lashes or nails. She didn't understand that stuff, so I said, let me go work so I can pay for it myself.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. So you are right now, we're on the timeline of you were in college and you had the summer school and...
Yes, so it's like early 2019.
Yes, and you mentioned before Peyton, and people who don't know who Peyton is, that is her son. And so you are about to have a son somewhere about in this timeline, right? Or
yes, so right before Silhouette Shapewear.
Okay, so this was before.
Yeah, right before. It was early 2019, so I went back to college at MSU, and everything was going good. I was actually a better student than I was my freshman year. I wasn't really focused my freshman year of college. Almost got kicked out. Actually, I did get kicked out, and I had to write a letter to get back in the university.
What were you doing?
I was just not focused. I was at the parties with the Qs and the other frats that there are.
The Qs?
I know, I'm sorry.
The Qs?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I know. But I was just living life.
If it was the Noops, it would have made sense.
I think I partied with them too. But you know, that's a different type of freedom. You know, I was a little sheltered, I could say, and I don't think my parents had too many restrictions, but they did have enough for me to get to college and wild out. So I wasn't focused, and I don't regret it because it's helped me mold me into the person I am now. But yeah, I got kicked out of school, and that's when I came home to start working and taking those extra courses at Southwest. Went back to school finally because they let me in by the grace of God, and I was doing great with my academics, and I ended up meeting a guy and had a baby. I found out I was pregnant in March of 2019, and I gave birth to Peyton in November of 2019. So it was this process of like, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna do it? I had to really like figure out, okay, am I gonna stay in school or am I gonna be on campus? My original plan was actually to stay in Mississippi State and just get an apartment, but I didn't have any help there, so I had to come back home to Memphis, Tennessee, and I went to the University of Memphis, and I was a global student, and I just did school online. And a couple months after giving birth to Peyton, I was really interested in becoming an entrepreneur. It kind of runs in my blood. I have a lot of family members that are entrepreneurs, and being that I've worked for people, I don't want to work for people long term. I think it's a good experience because I do feel like you have to work for other people to know how to run your own thing. So I did that, and I really wanted to start a shapewear line. I was so insecure about my body when I had Peyton. Like, I was just so insecure. And I had been introduced to shapewear by my grandmother. So I had already knew about the industry and knew about the products. And I had already kind of mapped out what I wanted to sell and what would be my first product. So I just went ahead and made the decision, like, I'm gonna put out a business plan and look for some investors and go ahead and plan my business out. And I think September of 2020 is when I actually launched my business. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You answered a lot of questions that I've had. So, the 9 months, it seems like you were focused on kind of getting a stable foundation during school, and then shapewear is just something that you already wanted to do. So what were the steps? I mean, so let's back up. So this 9 months that you're, I mean, I can only imagine it's a lot of wear and tear on your body, a lot of whole different adjustments. So in you trying to get a stable foundation for your education, what what lessons did you learn while you were pregnant, and then after having Peyton also accomplishing this goal?
My biggest thing was I didn't want to become a full-blown stereotype. You know, they categorize a lot of teen moms, especially African-American teen moms and teen parents. And I wasn't a teen, but my brain wasn't fully developed. I was 20 years old when I found out I was pregnant, and I had him at 21. So your brain's not even fully developed. I was really it's not. I didn't even know if I really wanted to become a mother when I found out. But I had just really kind of talked to God and myself, and that this is the decision. I was doing adult things. I'm gonna have to, you know, woman up and take care of my responsibility. And when I met my son, it was just like an instant connection. So I made the right decision, and I think the lessons that I've learned is definitely responsibility, because I took advantage of not having a lot of responsibility. Yeah. But now that I'm a single mom, it's just kind of like there's so many people are relying on me, especially my son. Like, he looks up to me, and he's a toddler now, so it's like he's paying attention to everything I do. So I have to be mindful of how I act and how I respond and how I deal with certain situations, because now I'm teaching someone else how to deal with life by him watching me. So.
Wow, that's definitely an amazing story. A lot of people I've seen, and I'm sure you can attest to this, but in college you just see a lot of people experience the same situation and just kind of choose the other route, or choose to, like, I'm gonna have this baby, but it's gonna be with this grandmama or something like that. But you chose the no skating route. You said, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. And then Silhouette Shapewear was born after you had him. So you said that your somebody in your family just
my grandmother. She had introduced me to Shapewear when I was like 13, and I didn't need it because I was like really skinny. But like, she would just introduce me to it, and I would be in her stuff all the time in her room. So I, you know, was so interested. Like, what is this? And it holds you in. I like stuff like this. So when I had Peyton, I noticed how my body changed, and I couldn't wear certain things that I wanted to wear. And I never was the girl to go out and get like maternity clothes, and I just wasn't about to invest in that, because 9 months and after that, then all the maternity clothes had to go away. So I was just like, okay, I didn't buy any new clothes after my pregnancy, so I'm gonna have to fit in the things that I bought previously. So I just wanted to do shapewear, and it makes me feel confident, and I love what it does for women overall. Because not everybody has the money to go out and buy a body. Not that that's wrong if you want to do that. And I still go to the gym, but on those days where, you know, you bloat or you just want to look a little extra snatched and feel confident in what you're wearing, I wanted to base my business off of that.
Wow, so the postpartum body, and a lot of moms experience that. So I've seen it on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok mom or anything like that, but I've seen it, and I've seen it firsthand, of course. But it's just that's an amazing story. I did not know that this was based off of
my postpartum.
Oh, wow. No, I can only imagine that such a beautiful thing, you know, results in having that.
It's beautiful to the extent.
It drives tribulations. But you also said that you keep up your fitness.
Yes, I do.
So what would you suggest to the moms out there? Just people in your situation in general.
So for me, I had really bad postpartum depression. It was really bad, and I think partially because I was going through so much with my son. It wasn't an easy journey. I had a high-risk pregnancy. And then after that, I had learned that my son was deaf, or slightly deaf. So it was a rough time for me. And I was getting adjusted to doing the parenting pretty much alone. So I needed an outlet. And I had gone to the gym before. I think I started my weight training journey my freshman year of college, because I had never really, like, I worked out with like my sports teams in high school and middle school, but it was never to the extent of waking up going to the gym. Like, I never really did that. So I just got invited one time by my sister. She was going one morning, and she was like, hey, do you want to go to the gym with me? And I asked my mom to watch after my son, and I went, and I just had such an amazing experience. Like, I was really able to leave it all on the floor. Like, I just felt so free after that. So I just like, okay, this is an outlet for me and I'm gonna keep doing it. And that's pretty much how my story works. I like to do things that help me escape from my reality sometimes. So I use my workouts to kind of just exhale, breathe. I think, you know, a lot of moms can be overstimulated with parenting, and it's not that you don't love your children, it's because, you know,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And with me, you know, it was right before COVID had hit, so I had no interaction with adults really. It was really just me and my son. So just imagine hearing goo goo gaga all day, like no.
Don't have to imagine.
No adult interaction. So I was like, oh my God, I need an outlet. So that's what it was for me. And even now, like when I go through things, the gym really helps me. I have days when it doesn't, but typically it really does help me out mentally, and of course physically. When I started seeing results, I was addicted. I was like, oh, okay. And like I said, my son is about to be 3, and I am just now feeling really comfortable in my body. So it's a process. I wouldn't, you know, if you're a mom and you just had a baby, don't rush it, because it really takes a long. Now, when your baby's 20, like my mom tries to play, like, ooh, girl, you know, I had 2. I'm like, yeah, 23 years ago, ma'am. But my baby's 3 years old, so it's definitely taken me 3 years to get back to, not where I used to be, of course, because it'll never probably be where I used to be, but I'm so much better emotionally and physically.
So you're telling me you had the single mom journey.
Yes.
You had the education on top of trying to keep up pregnancy, and you did not have an easy pregnancy with that as well. And then also you have your business and your fitness journey.
Yes.
How did you do it?
My support system, like I really, I look at other girls who've gone through my situation, and I empathize for those who don't have a really good support system, because you have to have that. Like if you don't, I don't know how you'll make it. Because of course I didn't intend to go in my pregnancy alone. It just kind of ended up that way.
Which is a whole situation within itself.
Yeah, so I'm grateful to God that He placed me in a family. Yes, they were upset, but after, you know, learning about my son's health and everything like that, they really gathered around me. So, and I think my grandparents actually helped finish putting me through school. So, yeah, it's a dope story.
But it's not over yet, because when you get on inspiration interviews, I know you. I trust you, but the people out there may not. So we have to, in every episode, all of the interviewees have to go through a certain challenge to know that we can trust you. So with that being said, again, one of my questions was like, how can you do all this with everything that you went through with the baby and just mentally and all of that? And a lot of people use the excuse of like, I can't do it, my baby just do too much, I can't get out there. And I am a young parent as well. I guess I'm
new dad.
Yeah, so yeah. And so I know the ropes to a degree as well. So what's gonna happen is I do a lot too. So what we're gonna do, I don't know whose baby that is, but
you baby.
It's a baby. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some baby trivia and see who really is the GOAT of parenting.
So I'm gonna ask you the first question, okay?
Out of that.
Oh, you don't know that one, I don't think.
I know everything.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you know that specific question.
So
what is the best bonding activity that you had with your children? Or your child, because we don't have children. Traveling abroad, watching movies, or see any activity.
Any activity. We just gotta figure out what the little man gotta like to do.
Yeah, they're pretty like easy. Boys are really easy going.
You ain't got no how would you know?
My son is
girl.
I have a niece.
Oh, is she kind of hard to bond with?
She's kind of hard to bond with. She's sassy.
Well, that's just.
I know who I am as a girl, so I know that if I had a girl, she'd probably not be with me. I'm just kidding. Of course she'd be with me. Here you go. She'd be with me. I don't know how long, but she'd be with me. Sorry. If she's anything like me, I don't know.
If you want to relax What is your favorite place in the home? The bedroom, playroom, or living room?
For like a baby or for myself?
That's, I guess for you. I guess
for myself? None of the, is it the bedroom?
The bedroom, playroom, or living room?
I don't know about having a playroom. That's not the place for me to relax. Honestly, my answer wouldn't be on there because I really
you would be out the house.
No, I really value my shower time. Like, oh my gosh, it's just like I really value that. But like today, like my mom has my son, so if I wasn't here, I'd be in my bed, relaxing.
What you trying to say?
No, I'm glad to be here, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I would.
What you be doing.
Yeah,
so
I'd be asleep somewhere.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. How would you describe your son's mom?
My son's mom?
Yeah.
Fine.
What? Not her looks, sir. Not her looks. Just like, okay, I'm gonna say the questions. A loving mom, a monster, or anything.
I say all the above. And I say monster. I say monster because if you do something with that baby, she gonna turn into a monster.
Yes.
If you cross the baby.
Yes. I think that's all. I think that's all moms. Yeah, like we.
What was the first one? I just heard
a loving mom.
Loving mom.
Yeah, she's definitely a loving mom.
Oh, she gonna love on baby. I don't want to get no love no more.
It's okay.
Let's see. What is your favorite toy to play? Cars, robots, and okay, wait.
This is sounding like.
Oh, you were saying, is this question to me? What?
What?
You said, I'm assuming that what is your son's favorite toy to play because it's cars, robots, or all toys.
Peyton really likes all toys, but he does have a special place in his heart for cars. Yes, he loves cars. I like cars too.
I guess it's hard to get one of these questions wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of cute. No one can lose.
That's great.
Who do you think your son loves the most?
His mom.
Aww. I couldn't even listen.
I work, so he's with his mama 24/7. So I think that he does definitely take a phone to his mama. His mama can calm him down like that. His mama can basically have his way with him.
Mamas are different. Not saying dads don't hold like a significant place. They do, but like mamas are. Ain't nobody gonna love you like mama. They just not. Yeah.
Probably gonna be the last one for all the marbles. It's hard to get one of these wrong, so I guess both of us take care of our kids, so we know the answers.
We're both winners.
Yeah. So, what or how do you take your children who are picky eaters?
Oh God, that's like a really good question because Peyton is such a picky eater.
Cook any food and accommodate to Peyton until they will eat.
Okay.
And let Peyton eat.
Anything?
Or let Peyton if they want to eat it or not.
I know with him and like honestly other kids that I'm learning that it's not good to force them to eat certain things. I don't like our parents kind of like either you eat it or you're not eating it all. But like I don't feel like that works with my son because he literally won't eat it at all. So I kind of just let him kind of, you know, instruct me on what he wants to eat. And of course, you know, as we get older, then I can like kind of force him. But like right now, he's a 3-year-old, well, a 2-year-old going on 3. And if you know anything about toddlers, they will have their way. So
yeah, we just grew up in a different time.
Yeah, we did. Because my mom was like, either you eat or you don't. And some days I did starve myself just because I didn't want to eat when she was cooking.
Yep, yeah, her mama is just like that today.
Yep.
That's changed. But yeah, well, that pretty much wraps it up. So I guess we both take care of our kids.
Yeah, great parent for me.